good. We'll be right over, Aaron. Well, this Transformation Tuesday, we're getting an early dose of our daily vitamin with our next guest. The holiday season is here, of course, but as you know, it can be a very stressful time that can impact you both financially and emotionally. But you're all right because we have therapist, motivational speaker, and best-selling author Michael McGill Jr. here. Second time in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you talk about soul vitamins. It's the name of my book. How do we get vitamins for the mind and soul?
So before we get to the tips that you're going to give us to get us all together, how should we compartmentalize this whole season in here and here before we dip into the recommendations?
Well, the reality is that this is a season of relationships. It's a season of relationship building. It's a season of recreation. It's also a season of newness. And so this particular topic, talking about money and mental health, what I know to be true is money and mental health are inextricably connected.
Yes.
So when we think about the aspect of the end of a year, a new year upon us, how do we create some new patterns, new paradigms, new behaviors?
And so be open.
Be open
to newness.
Be ye open and be intentional to newness. That's the key. Be open, make room, but you also got to be intentional. Are you ready and are you available? Two different things.
So how do we do that? What are some practical steps?
Yeah, so the first step that we give you is the aspect of being open to unpacking your money story. Here's what I know to be true.
Oh, here we go.
We are doomed to recreate what we don't evaluate. That is why people can win the lottery, win all this money, and then before you know it, they go broke. So if you don't unpack your money story is what is your relationship with money? How do you deal with money? How does money deal with you? Because this is what I know to be true. Either you deal with money or money is going to deal with you. So how do you see money? How does money see you? How do you connect? What is money to you? So unpack your money story. That's really important to know.
And sometimes you may even need therapy for that. I was watching a docuseries the other day that is deep work, depending on when it started, even as young as a kid.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So you also have to evaluate how money was modeled.
Right.
What does that mean, Michael?
Powerful. It goes right into the point that you just said in reference to therapy. So as a therapist, I'm also a financial advisor. I started out years ago first in finance and then in clinical mental health therapy. But what I've noticed is that many of us grow up getting seeds planted in the heart and the soul about what money is and what money does. And because of that, we recreate those same money stories. And so if you've grown up in a household where people struggled for money, where they use money to self-soothe, where they overspent on money, where they didn't have a good budgeting plan, where they didn't even know sound financial management, that often is what we perpetuate. And even in this coaching program that I'm doing now, I have clients who are making $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year, and still can't even manage the money.
But living paycheck to paycheck.
So that tells me money is often not a money problem. It's a mindset.
Oh, wow. So you have here, create a pay down plan.
Yes, yes. Create a pay down plan. This is what I know. Take an honest assessment of where you are and how you see things. I was working with one of my coaching clients the other day in reference to her, a six-figure earner doing great things. I asked her when we were mentioning about credit, because I merged therapy and financial advice, and when we were having a conversation, she hadn't even looked at her credit score in 2 years because of the fear. Because of the fear. Didn't look at bank accounts, and many of us do it. Don't look at how much money we actually got, so you don't even know what bills you owe. So create a pay down plan. What I often recommend folks is to, especially on credit cards, decrease your utilization of 3 to 5%. That means if your credit limit is $1,000, every month by the time they report, they shouldn't be reporting more than 3 to 5%. Create a pay down plan. That'll boost your score.
Yeah, also because you're not looking at it, that's not going to make it go away.
Right, but we do that because of fear.
Yeah,
so have a courageous conversation.
Our health and doctors. It's the reason why some people don't see a doctor until they're in the ER.
Right,
because they don't want to know what they already know is happening there. Lastly, create a rewards plan when you have it right.
When you have it right. This is the thing. You want it to be a healthy lifestyle, not a punishment. Debt management, financial management, it feels good when you are living well financially. So when you find yourself, creating a spending plan, when you find yourself paying off debt, when you find yourself getting to where you want to go, treat yourself responsibly. Show yourself, teach yourself yourself how to actually buy things you want responsibly, not ridiculously. Those are two different paradigms.
And know that there's life after Christmas, because I think a lot of people get in over their heads buying the gifts, and then you have to spend years to pay it off.
And let me say this, there's not only life after Christmas, there's also life after struggle. You know, 8 years ago, I had a 5-something credit score, wasn't doing well. Let me tell you what I know to be true. Nothing lasts forever. If you get the right support and the tools, you don't have to do it alone. It doesn't last forever. You can recover, you can recreate, you can do a new thing in this new year.
All right, and there's freedom and discipline. A lot of people need to know. Thank you so much. You gave great sound and sage advice. That's Michael's contact information for more help if you need it. We're here for you.
I love the support. We're not alone on this journey.